Hey everyone, welcome back. I've got something really important to share with you today, something that hasn't gotten a lot of attention yet, but could directly affect your retirement. A brand new bill has just been introduced in Congress, and if it passes, it could completely change the way your Social Security benefits are taxed. For decades now, millions of retirees have had to give back a portion of their hard-earned benefits to the IRS. For many seniors, that never felt fair. Well, this new bill could finally bring an end to that system. And here's why it matters. If the changes go through, you could end up keeping more money in your pocket every single month. What most people don't realize is that the way Social Security taxes have worked since the 1980s has been slowly pulling more and more retirees into the tax net. Why? That means what once affected only wealthier retirees now affects nearly half of all seniors today. Over time, people who were never supposed to pay taxes on their benefits suddenly found themselves owing more than they expected. So yes, this is a big deal. And I'm going to break it all down so you know exactly what's at stake. But before we dive deeper, I want to hear from you. Do you think it's fair that Social Security benefits have been taxed for so long? Or should retirees be able to keep every single dollar they've earned? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay on top of updates that directly impact you. Now, let's talk about the proposal itself. It's called the You Earn It, You Keep It Act. And the name really says it all. The idea is to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits entirely, no matter how much income you have. That means whether you're relying solely on Social Security or you have additional retirement income, you get to keep every penny of your benefits without sending a portion back to the IRS. Imagine looking at your statement each month and knowing the amount listed is the amount you'll actually receive. For a lot of people, that would be a huge relief. To understand why this matters so much, let's take a quick look back. When Social Security first started, benefits were never taxed. But in 1983, Congress decided to tax up to half of your benefits if your income passed a certain level. Then in the 1990s, that expanded again up to 85% of your benefits could be taxable if you earned more. Here's the kicker. Those income thresholds, $25,000 for individuals and $32,000 for couples, have never been updated for inflation. And because of that, more and more middle-class retirees have been pulled into paying taxes that were originally meant only for the wealthiest. What makes this new bill different is how it plans to pay for the change. Remember, Social Security is funded through payroll taxes that you and your employer pay throughout your working years. But right now, those taxes only apply to income up to $176,100 in 2025. That means someone making $1 million a year pays the exact same Social Security tax as someone making $176,100. In other words, the wealthiest Americans contribute a far smaller share of their income into the system compared to everyone else. The You Earn It, You Keep It Act would lift that cap and start applying payroll taxes again on wages above $250,000. Supporters argue that this not only pays for eliminating taxes on benefits, but also strengthens the Social Security Trust Fund, extending its solvency until 2080, about 2 extra decades compared to where things stand now. Now you might be asking, how is this different from the tax break President Trump signed into law earlier this year? That's a fair question. Trump's bill gave seniors over age 65 a new deduction up to $6,000, but it phases out for higher income households and it expires in 2028. So it's temporary, and it doesn't solve the bigger issue. By contrast, the You Earn It, You Keep It Act is permanent, universal, and backed by a funding source. Critics of Trump's plan said it was more like putting a Band-Aid on a much bigger wound. It offered some short-term relief, but didn't fix the underlying problem and could even speed up the trust fund's depletion. Of course, politics always complicates things. Eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits is popular across the board, but raising the payroll cap is much more controversial. High earners and business groups push back, saying it would increase their costs. And in Congress, while many Republicans support ending taxes on benefits, they don't like the idea of raising taxes elsewhere. That's why this bill will be a real test of whether lawmakers can find common ground. Here's why urgency matters. Social Security is projected to face insolvency by 2034 if nothing changes. That would mean a nearly 20% cut in benefits across the board. Considering that almost 40% of seniors depend on Social Security for at least half of their income, those cuts would be devastating. And let's be real, retirees are already struggling with inflation, rising healthcare costs, and basic necessities. Surveys show nearly 1 in 3 seniors today has trouble affording everyday essentials. Every single dollar counts. There's also the fairness factor. Supporters of this bill argue that taxing Social Security benefits is like taxing the same money twice. Seniors already paid into the system their entire working lives, so taxing their benefits again feels like breaking a promise. That emotional argument carries weight, which is why advocacy groups are rallying behind this proposal. So, what would this mean for your own check? If you're one of the many retirees currently paying taxes on your benefits, you'd keep more each month instead of sending it to the IRS. That could free up money for groceries, prescriptions, or just a little more peace of mind. If you don't currently pay those taxes, then nothing changes for you, but the bigger picture still matters, because keeping more money in retirees' pockets could boost local economies too. Seniors spend money in their communities, and more spending power could give small businesses a lift. Now, let's talk about the path forward. This bill has just been introduced, which means it still has to go through committees, debates, and votes in both the House and Senate. Along the way, you can expect negotiations, especially over the payroll tax cap. And with the 2026 midterms on the horizon, both parties will be eager to show seniors that they're fighting for them. That means this issue isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So let me ask you, if you could keep 100% of your Social Security benefits, how would that change your retirement? Would it give you more security or just some breathing room? Share your thoughts below, because hearing from each other makes this conversation real. At the end of the day, this debate is about more than just taxes. It's about fairness, about honoring the promise made to workers, and about protecting Social Security for future generations. Whatever happens in Congress, one thing is clear: millions of seniors are watching closely, and the outcome will shape retirement for decades to come. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future updates. I'll continue breaking down these changes in clear and practical ways, so you always know what's happening and how it affects you. Stay tuned, because the next few months could bring some very important developments for you and your family.